Hi guys, this is Catherine from EDSS 428, which is all about teaching the humanities across prep to year 6. I'm making a little bit of a film. I'm actually screencasting, and what that means is that you're seeing my computer screen at the moment while you're also hearing my voice. I've had a few questions about assignment 1, which is choose an issue, and it appears to me that perhaps people aren't too confident with navigating AusVELS. I'm sure that over the course of your degree you've seen AusVELS, but I thought I'd give you a bit of a 5-minute sort of demo on AusVELS, on how to actually access the material you need for specific subjects. For us it's the humanities, and what that material might mean. So let's go. The first thing you need to do is go to the AusVELS website. And as you can see up here, and this is called the Omnibox, would you believe? In my Omnibox, you can see that I've just gone to the AusVELS website. If you go to Google and type in AusVELS, this site will come up. So this is the AusVELS website, and it includes for us, as we know, if I go to the domains, it includes for us the humanities and also the Australian curriculum in history. Now, to make it easy for us, you can actually download parts of this curriculum rather than seeing it all online. Navigating online can be quite difficult. So what I have done, and what I'm going to show you how to do, is to download the parts of the curriculum you need. So as you can see, I'll go back again and do that. All I did was click on this area here, download the curriculum. And if I do that, all of a sudden I get a choice on what I would like to download. Now, given that civics and citizenship is not yet really fleshed out in AusVELS, I'm going to leave that alone. I only want to print up or access the humanities, which is across prep to 4, the humanities economics, which is actually years 5, 6 and through to year 10, but that's not relevant to us. I want the humanities for geography, which again is year 5, 6, and then 7 to 10. And I want the humanities history. So what I've done there is I've selected all of the areas that are relevant to primary humanities. And now I can limit what levels I download. Now remember, the levels are related to the school years. Foundation level is our prep year. So yes, I want foundation. I want level 1, which is grade 1. I want level 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So I've selected my subject area or my learning area here. Now I've selected my year levels. Now I want to select what's the material I really want to download. If I click on all, this document is going to be enormous, and it's also a bit confusing because AusVELS for humanities teachers is a hybrid of the old VELS and the Australian curriculum. For other subjects like English, which is just one subject, they just used Australian curriculum. Because we are many subjects within humanities, we have this, some are done for Australian curriculum, some aren't done, and that can lead to confusion. So I'm going to say no, I don't want all of those things. What I'd actually like is I'd like a cover page. I'd also like the content descriptions, the elaborations and the standards. You can put in the level descriptions if you like as well, okay? It's up to you. I'm trying to minimize what I'm going to print. My aim here is to print just the material I need to demonstrate to you what AusVELS Humanities is. So if I click on download now, it'll take you to a website and it's downloaded the document for me. It's even got the date that I downloaded it. There it is there. So I can save that. I can upload it to Leo, which I will do to accompany this website. But now I've got it. I'm going to suggest that you print it out. Having a hard copy of this will make things a lot more understandable. So here we go. We've got the AusVELS curriculum document, and I can see from looking at this, it's 23 pages. So here's our document, and it's 23 pages long. I've suggested, or I will suggest again, that you print this out. And if I use this in conjunction with the overview that I gave you in week 2, I'll show it to you. Here it is. You'll find this is a really good resource. So the overview I put together shows you how humanities is organised across the primary years at the moment. Okay, so this one document will show you it all, but for your assignment you need to know more than just what's on this little sort of summary table. So let's go back to our AusVELS document. So here it is, the AusVELS curriculum. And what you notice straight away is that it's got a series of domains up here. So if I actually look at this here, I'm highlighting it right now. Not very well, but anyway. It's going to give you the humanities. Now the humanities here refers to prep to year 4. So if you are doing a prep to year 4 issue, or you think your issue is relevant to prep to year 4, you'll look there. It'll connect into Australian history curriculum there as well. If you are doing an issue that is year 5 or 6, economics or geography, you'll find them here. And finally, we have the full explanation of Australian curriculum history here. Let's try and make sense of this a little bit. So I'm going to scroll down. It starts off with the humanities, and it gives me a table of contents that tells me about, this is the humanities across foundation to level 4, and it gives you a learning focus. In other words, what is the focus of what students are doing in the humanities across levels foundation or prep to year 4. Now this seems really, really broad. It is. Okay, and sort of being able to say, well, this equates to this many units and this many lessons can be a real struggle. So what we need to do is we need to actually interpret this quite broadly, and what we're aiming to do in this course is show you units of work that demonstrate how you enact this kind of learning focus. And that's why we're focusing on our inquiry units, because inquiry units allow you to actually, I guess, almost enact this learning focus, make it real for students. What you will notice is that we don't have any achievement standards in the humanities until level 4 or year 4. Now this means that it's very hard to measure students' spatial concepts. It's very hard to measure and how they explore natural factors against a series of predetermined standards. That's not to say that we don't evaluate their learning. We do, but we just don't evaluate it against really formal standards. We start to do that in year 4. I guess the negative about not having standards is the standards can provide you with a lot more detail. So if I skip forward to level 4, year 4, so I'm going down, 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 down to year 4. Level 4, the humanities, okay? All of a sudden, I've got a lot more detail because I have standards. And these standards actually are statements that say by the end of level 4, which is typically year 4, some students might be doing level 4 in year 3 because they happen to be gifted or advanced. At the end of level 4, students should be able to know this. This is humanities knowledge and understanding. So know and understand. That's the what. That's the what we're teaching. And they need to be able to demonstrate they have these skills here. That can really help us in our planning. So in terms of your issue that you have selected, if you've selected an issue that you believe would be really relevant to level 4 humanities, remembering of course level 4 humanities at this stage is geography and economics. So here is geography, here is economics, and the history is down here. So you need to learn to read these documents. If I read the learning focus here, I can easily see it is geography. If I read this part here, it's economics. Now, the reality is that we don't teach separate geography, economics, and history across level 4 or year 4 onwards. We don't tend to do that at all. It's quite integrated in primary schools. That doesn't mean that everything you teach has to go across geography, economics, and history. But what you would do if you'd selected an issue for level 4 or year 4 is you could use these standards here and the history standards to try and work out, you know, in what specific instance would this issue be relevant? Of course, if you've picked an issue that's from prep to year 4, prep to year 3, I should say, you're going to have to sort of be a bit more sort of interpretive in saying, well, here's level 3. Okay, let's use these learning focus statements here to say exactly where my issue might fit. Okay. I really like the level of detail in the Australian curriculum. So if we go to the Australian curriculum, which is right at the end, the history part of it, still I'm circling through the, or going through the geography right now, you'll see a big difference. All of a sudden, the Australian curriculum gives you a lot more detail. And here we have the historical knowledge and understanding for foundation. What should you be focusing on in foundation history? Then we have the skills. What are the skills that students are starting to learn in foundation history? And this will go year by year. So level 1, level 2, level 3. If you're finding the curriculum documentation for humanities onerous, and I agree that it is, I think you need to think very strategically about picking an issue that can easily be mapped. Any of the history years, prep to 6, can be mapped to specific knowledge and understanding or content and skills. I'm not saying humanities can't. So if you've picked something like water shortage, you've got to go through this document and you've got to say, where does that fit in terms of perhaps geography and economics? And you've got to search through the document. If you've picked an issue like endangered species, again, you have to think a bit laterally here. I go through the document and I figure out, where would I be able to teach endangered species? Where would it fit? Am I going to teach it from a geographical point of view? Oh, let's go and have a look at geography. Is there anything in history that allows me to have a look at this? Maybe not. I'm not sure. So the point is that assignment 1 requires you to investigate AusVELS and to start to interpret it. If you can map your issue back, by map I mean link, back to AusVELS, you are on the right track. Okay, I'm hoping this little snippet has helped you to understand that if you're finding this difficult, it is difficult, particularly difficult in the humanities, because as I say, we're in this changeover period between VELS and Australian curriculum, and AusVELS for us is a bit of a mishmash. That's why last week, Christopher Pyne, our federal minister, announced that it won't be like this in the primary years in future. We will go back to an integrated curriculum document that says across prep to year 6, here are the humanities. So there won't be so many overlays. Having said that, that's probably a couple of years away. So we still do need to know this document. So that's a starting point, and I'm hoping it's the start of a discussion. If you've got questions, please post them on the social forum and I will endeavour to respond as fast as I can. Okay, thanks.